Hello, team. So my name is Jeremiah. Again, this is the part two, the demo for the use case, where's my data. And before I switch to the manager or Forcepoint Security Manager, I would like to do another whiteboard just to basically go through the setup of the lab that I actually created. So it's really quick. I have a flat network. I have a switch, and then I have a, we have our FSM here, FSM, and then I have a server here, a Windows server. Okay, this is my file share. And then I have an endpoint, Windows 10 endpoint. And then this is my, basically, my endpoint. Basically what I'm going to show you is we will perform data discovery using the network module and the endpoint module. So we're going to have a crawler that will scan, or a scanner that will scan the, the file share, and also we will send a task to the F1E agent to perform a scan. Okay, so that's pretty much it. And we actually have a SQL database here. This is basically where all the incident data are stored, which the the FSM communicates to. And this is where your analyst is at. They have their laptop, and they connect to the manager to set up the policies and tasks. Okay, there are two requirements to perform data discovery. Number one, you will need DLP discovery policy. And then number two, the DLP discovery task. Okay, simple. Only two items, and then you will be able to start scanning data. Okay, so let us start. So this is the Forcepoint Security Manager. It's role-based. You can set up multiple groups and multiple users. When the users log in with their credentials, they will be greeted with the dashboard. The dashboard will basically highlight, health summary, some statistics, and this one already has some results because I ran some of these tests prior creating this video. But we will, redo. I will walk you through on what I did, on how I created the policy and how I created the task. Okay, so what we're going to do first is let's go ahead and run the file share data discovery. Okay, so number one, let's set up the policy. So you go to the policy, discovery policies, and manage policy. And then I did create two policies: internal social security number, endpoint discovery, and then internal social security server file share. And the reason why I created it this way, because I would, when I set up reports, I would like to know what data was found on file shares and what data was found on endpoints. Make sense? So when you create a network task, you will use the server file share discovery. And when you are going to create endpoint scan task, you will use the endpoint discovery policy. So we are going to perform data discovery on file shares. So to create the policy, all you have to do is add and then custom policy. Click that, and then this will show up. You have three tabs that you need to satisfy here. It's really simple. rule name, whatever the rule name is, condition, US Social Security default. And then there's a lot of options here. You can do patterns and phrases, file labeling. If you have MIP, Bolden James, or Titus, and we actually OEM Bolden James as our file labeling technology, we can integrate that here. You can add file properties, fingerprinting, and so on and so forth. But for this test, I'm just looking for Social Security. Okay, the conditions tab is basically the part of the policy configuration where you set up what the policy to look for. In this case, it's looking for Social Security number. Okay, so very in action. I would like it to be high, and I would like to be audit. I don't want to do anything, but you have options. You have all of these options. You can block, audit, notify, etc., etc. Okay, and just to let you guys know, you can apply all of these policies on all of these different channels. Okay, what does that mean? So you create one policy and then you can apply it to multiple channels. Unlike other solutions out there, you have to create a policy for network, you have to create a policy for endpoint, and then you have to create policy for cloud channels. And here, as you can see, we also have the ability to leverage or apply this on cloud channels as well. We have a CASB solution. We can also integrate with that. Okay, so that is it pretty much. And then click OK, and that is the creation of the policy. So and same thing with and then we're gonna go ahead and create the second policy so that we don't have to go back and forth. Custom policy, and then this will show up for the endpoint. So I just did the same thing. I just condition, it's looking for Social Security number. It's the same, high, audit only. Okay, so pretty simple. Now we got the first requirement. So the second requirement now is we need to create the task. We got the policies created. Now we have to create the task. To create the task, all you have to do is go to policy management, discovery policies, and then we're gonna do network discovery task. And then all you have to do here is click new, file discovery, and then file system task. We also have the ability to scan SharePoint repos and Lotus and Box. We're gonna go with file system task here. So click that, and then this will show up. So all you have to do is give it a name, description, whatever you want, crawler, or the scanner. Okay, you assign the scanner. Networks, I just basically added the IP address of the file server. Okay, and the solution has the ability to integrate with your Active Directory. So if all your servers are registered to the Active Directory, it's really easy. You can just add them here. Okay, you can do directory entries. You can also do custom computers, a network range, and so on and so forth. So I just basically search for the custom computers, and then select that and add it on the include tab, and then that will be it. Okay, so there you go. Click to the scan folders. I have a folder for that 189 IP address FileShare server, FileShare 2 document that has sensitive information. Okay, so I just put the specific folder there, and then that is pretty much it. And the user, as long as the user can read the file, that's okay. But if you want to do tombstoning or some type of file access preservation, you want the user to have read and write access. Okay, but for this example, read only is fine. So I got this the user set up. Scheduler. So you can set up the scan one time, daily, weekly, You guys got it. It's pretty simple. You can schedule and then, hit click enable. And then next is the policies. This is what I was talking about. So I just select file share because I'm going to be performing file share. Okay. And normally it's here. You just select done. Go to file filtering. If you want to filter certain files, this is where you're going to do it. Email report. So I have like, a report that will be emailed to a distribution list or a particular person that is in charge of the data discovery task, and more advanced option here. But that's pretty much it. You click OK, and that is done. And we're gonna go ahead and run this. I selected it and click start, click OK. And then it's running. All right, it did complete. So now let's close this and let's look at the results. Okay, so you go to reporting, discovery, and then incidents. So today is the 21st. As you can see, I have these scanned. Okay, I have those files, and on the this is the discovery incident page. So the top part is the summary of all the incidents that were found, and then the lower left is the policy that was triggered. And as you can see here, it did trigger the server file share discovery. It gives you on the lower right on the properties tab. It gives you more details about the particular incident. Okay, we're gonna scroll down a little bit. So you have the file path, the host name, file size, date created, and so on and so forth. And check this out. This is really important. A lot of the enterprise customers that I helped out, they have no idea who has access to the file and who's the owner. So here it is. I mean, it just makes your life so much easier, right? If you can identify that social security numbers should not be accessed by system admins, then this is a problem, right? So, and you can address this. We have remediation scripts that can work or automatically remove any users that are not supposed to be touching those files. We can do that through our remediation scripts, and do it also on the fly. And also file permissions. Okay, I have read and write permission to these files. Severity, action, and some more details about the incident. Okay, and if you want to look at the social security number that were triggered, you just click that, and it gives you a quick scenario. The first 5 digits were masked for, of course, security reasons, but the file can be accessed if it's needed. Okay, so that's it for the file share. Pretty easy, right? Next is we're going to perform data discovery scan on the endpoint that has agent. So we go back to the policy, and then discovery policies, and we're going to do an endpoint discovery task. It's the UI or admin analyst user experience is pretty much the same. We try to keep it as simple as possible. So all you have to do is click new, and then you're going to go through these steps. Okay, I already have one created, but we're just going to go through with what I did. So general, same, put the name, description, and then enabled. Endpoint host. You can add the IP address of the host that you're working with, right? But in this case, it's I already have. I just marked it as all because I only have one machine there anyway. But you have the ability to add custom computers or directory entries. Okay, schedule. I only want it to run once. Okay, and then what I'm going to do here is, so today is the 21st. Actually, I just keep it the way it is. So you have the ability to run it one time daily, weekly, and you know, on a reoccurring um, cycle. And then the policies. This is where we have to be a little bit careful. Okay, when you get here, you know, you have to select the correct policy. Okay, for this case, I am looking for sensitive data on the endpoint, so I am going to select the policy for the endpoint discovery. Click OK there, and then file filtering. You know, you can, you know, if you only want PDF, you're only looking for PDF, you can specify it here. But I want to, you know, scan the whole scan the whole endpoint. Also, I forgot to mention these two options. We also take in consideration on the user using that endpoint, right? We don't want to perform the scan when they are using the machine. So we have the ability to only perform scan when computer is idle. And then, you know, if they are running on laptop, if it's not plugged in, you know, we have to pause the scan when it's running on battery, because, you know, we just want the user experience to be more fluid and not be not interfere on, you know, the production of or the production of you know, the endpoint users, right? We want them to be productive. We don't want any delays or any, you know, system performance issues. Okay. But, you know, for this example, I'm just gonna uncheck them because I want the scan to kick in right away. So that is it. More advanced options here. I just accept the default here and then click OK. So now what we're going to do is perform we're going to log in. What we're going to do now is, so we already got this configured, and then we will have to perform a, let me just see if I can actually just, I'm just going to make a quick change here. Click OK. To basically trigger a deployment. All right, there you go. So now everything is set up on the manager. The endpoint, let's go back here. So all of the configuration done on the manager is complete. Now this endpoint connects to the manager for updates. I think the default is 1 hour, but you can set it up to every 30 minutes, 15 minutes, or whatever. And also, you can do a force update. Okay, so we are going to switch to the endpoint and see what it looks like at the endpoint level. So we are now at the endpoint level. I'm gonna load the agent here. And as you can see here, it's connected. Right now it's idle. So I'm gonna perform a manual update. And then let's see if it did change. So it took a second for the scan process to kick in, but as you can see here, the discovery part of the endpoint is now running. And to double check, the data are stored in C file shares. Okay, this is the sample data. Let's open a sample data. Okay, actually this one. Okay, this one has social security number here. So, okay. So now let us check the manager and see if we have some new incidents for the endpoint discovery scan. So we go to reporting, discovery, incidents. Okay, nice. So 189. Maybe not yet. I got too excited. So it's still running. So let me give couple more minutes, and then I will let's give it one more minute. It should start to get some results here. Okay, so after 3 minutes, I started to see incidents being generated, and this is the sample file we just opened. Okay, as you can see, it's under C, users, sample data PDF. Okay, and you have your Social Security endpoint discovery. So let's see, refresh one more time. Okay, good. So the last part, reporting. As far as reporting is concerned, we have report catalogs ready. You have all of these. You can do a custom report. Okay, you have out of the box, ready to go catalog reports that you can leverage. But for this particular one, let me see, what did I create? I created a social data discovery. So I got a custom report that I created. Actually, this custom report created was, created from executive dashboard. So let's do a out of the box report. Let's run that. And then there you go. It's really, intuitive, really simple. It gave you the numbers of incidents that were generated and then what policies were triggered. Okay, and then you can manage this report. You can save it as, okay, save as, that's what I did. And then I came up with my own report. I just, tweaked it a little bit to add more information on there, but you guys have the idea. So that is it. You can export this to a PDF, and then you can also, let's do an export real quick, and then there you go. Okay. And then let's see. You can schedule this. If you want to edit the filter, you can activate all of these filters on the left side. Okay, and then you can set this up to go out every day, every week. You can schedule the report to go out to a specific email address or distribution list. Okay, so that is it, guys. I know it's a lot to take in, but if you need more information about on our capabilities, finding sensitive data in your network on unstructured, your unstructured or structured data, or at the endpoint level, we are here to help. And that is it, guys. Thank you for watching this video, and feel free to share to your friends, coworkers that actually have any data protection initiative or projects. Okay, again, this is Jeremiah Baytag. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.